Hi, my babes! We are back for chapter 4. Looking forward to dying probably more times because
the stakes are much higher.
yeah, I feel like we've died more times every chapter. So let's see if that streak continues. Be great. So great. So last time we were in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
We found, I can't remember. It's the great great grandson of the Marsden general guy, Henry Marsden. But I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't remember the great grandson's name. But he's a scientist
and was a prisoner.
Yeah, and his cohort was doing some crazy stuff with some apes,
some monkeys.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what happens because he says that he has answers for us. So our psychic scale went down quite a bit.
Yeah, took a bit of a hit.
We're still level 2, but
we were level 4 for a hot second.
And considering that we need to be level 3 for a lot of things last time, like I said, I feel like each chapter we kind of need to aim for that level, and so we might be SOL going forward. Yeah, so we're at 7 on the psychic scale. We are at a 4 on the danger meter, which isn't terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible. And we're about to check it out. So Amanda, you want to start us off?
Start us off.
We still have so many items that we have not seen yet. I really want to use some stuff.
I know. Well, it would be really fantastic if some of the junk we've acquired could raise our psychic
Well, especially
scale.
the stuff that says you sense that this is an important item.
Right. Yeah. Are all of them just going to be used in the final chapter?
I hope
Can
not.
we make our way up the scale? Because I'm sure it's possible to not complete the objective.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I think we're well on our way to that.
Well, let's see what happens.
All right, chapter 4, the hideout. Ominous. After encountering dangers outside the house, facing multiple ghosts inside the house, discovering an underground laboratory, and stumbling upon angry chimpanzees, you're ready to get some answers about this place.
You think?
And the nightmares that brought you here. I don't know, I feel like I would be totally fine not having answers. I would just walk away and never think about it.
I feel like I would be very invested at this point, and I was like, if I don't get some answers, and that are good answers, I'm like, oh, it was all a dream.
Yeah,
it would be fun.
Courage.
Yeah.
Not worth it. The mysterious phone call I got this morning, you say. It was you, wasn't it? Phone call? What phone call?
Oh, no.
Wait. It couldn't have found a way to access the phone lines, could it?
It? Not
I
good.
want you to know.
Not good.
It is saying it. Professor Marsden's eyes go wide. Then he sees the look on your face and shakes his head. Well, that's not important right now, he says. Something about his tone leads you to suspect it is important.
No, duh!
But you don't push it. If you've managed to get this far, you must be quite the aspiring detective. And psychic investigator, you add.
Actually, and psychic investigator.
Not just an aspiring detective, I'm also a bit loony. You go on to tell him about the recurring nightmares that drove you to delve into this whole bizarre mystery. Nightmares, he asks. Fascinating. If your dreams mean what I think they do, then I'm glad you're here. Makes a lot of I can explain more later, but right now, getting to the neuron inhibitor mainframe is the crucial thing. It's the only way to retake the lab for my dastardly former lab assistant, Carol.
Carol, the dastardly former lab assistant.
He says the name in a hoarse whisper, as if speaking it aloud could summon some ancient evil.
Like Voldemort?
Carol, she who must now be named.
Oh my goodness.
Continue on the next story card. Carol. Together, we discovered a source of technology far beyond anything this world has ever seen. But she betrayed me. She used our work to take control of the chimpanzees and to start a counterfeiting ring with a local crime syndicate.
Because those things naturally just go together.
When I think chimpanzees,
yeah,
I think crime syndicate.
Genetically modified chimpanzees, crime syndicate. Yep. Just goes together like peanut butter jelly.
We made scientific discoveries worthy of Einstein, of Galileo, and then she just uses it all to... He trails off. I feel like we were about to get some answers, but okay. I'm sorry, I've been locked in here so long that I've forgotten my manners. Now that you've freed me, I can open a secret passage for you that will lead to the neuron inhibitor mainframe.
Ooh.
It will take you through the area where our most experimental work was being conducted. Be careful.
So he's not going with us.
Apparently not.
So we
He's just
released you and you're just gonna like hightail it out?
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, thanks.
You're on your
Deuces.
own. You're on
Bye.
your own, man.
That's ridiculous.
Be careful. It can get dangerous in there.
Maybe you could help us with the danger.
It's just me who's going, you ask, with fear in your voice? Right?
Boom. At least they're logical sometimes. Sometimes.
Yes, he says. I'll need to monitor your progress from the operations room where I have access to the security
So
system.
get a walkie-talkie.
Here, use this earpiece so we can
Hey,
communicate.
man, I'm psychic.
Draw clue 91 to discover your goal.
You got an earpiece. Disable the neuron inhibitor mainframe. Here is our new fancy schmancy. Come on. A little heart. Listen.
The clear glass door leads to the temporal manipulation lab, the professor continues. The frosted glass door goes to the psychic development room. Okay, so clear is temporal manipulation. Frosted is psychic development.
Okay. We need what is it
A
called?
mnemonic device.
Yeah, like we need a mnemonic. So clear is the what?
Temporal manipulation lab.
Temporal manipulation lab. Okay, so this is gonna be really weird, but this is how I do mnemonic. So clear, club soda, tempura batter, temporal manipulation room.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna
That's,
work.
hey, as long as you remember
And
it,
then
I
the
don't care.
frosted is the psychic what?
Development room.
So frosted is the psychic development room. Okay, you're a little bit hazy. You're
Frosted.
a little psycho.
A little frosty.
Little frosty.
A little frosty.
Sure.
I remember that.
Tempura.
The professor takes off for the operations room as the secret passage opens from the empty jail cell next door.
Okay, I was gonna say, why couldn't he just go to the secret passage? But I guess it's next door.
The two glass doors are now before you. Too bad the professor didn't explain which route was the best way to get to the neuron inhibitor
Of
mainframe.
course not.
That old coot. If you try the temporal manipulation lab, go to story card 96. If you try the psychic development room, go to story card
So where are we trying to go? We're trying to get to the neuron inhibitor mainframe.
Yes, but we have no idea.
I would think the temporal thing would be more neuron inhibitor mainframe-ish.
Right. Well, psychic development room, he might.
We're good with that. You want to try that route first?
I'm scared.
I mean, we're gonna die.
I just don't want to
We're-
get to level 1.
We are going to
Might
die.
as well get it over with.
I have accepted this as fate.
Okay, so psychic development room, story card 115.
115. Eh?
Oh god, I'm so sorry. I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, you know what? We just take everything with stride.
That's right.
The room features several rows of blue metal chairs, dome-shaped helmets attached to odd-looking devices going into the matrix.
Okay.
Hang above the chairs. There's also a large glass tube, big enough for you to step into, with a door on the side. A green button is accessible from inside the tube. You slowly realize you've seen these machines before in photos and reference books, Ghosts and Ghouls, which you have on your bookshelf back home. The photos were in a chapter about how rogue parapsychologists are attempting to give ordinary people psychic abilities. If you remember correctly, let's see how good his memory is. The blue chairs are attached to machines intended to give a subject pyrokinesis, the ability to start fires with your mind. The large glass tube is an energizing chamber that gives people telekinesis, the ability to move objects with one's mind. Both seem ready to go. The metal stairwell on the far side of the room leads to some sort of observation booth which overlooks the room you're in, and possibly others. Or someone could be watching us from up there. Has a little picture of the helmet. It has a picture of the helmet. It kind of looks like at the hair salon, or if you're going to get electroshock therapy.
You know.
If you sit in one of the psychokinesis chairs, go to story card 117. If you enter the telekinesis energizing chamber, go to story card 106. If you skip this weird equipment and climb the stairs to the observation booth, go to story card 99. Now, what would we be if we didn't try one of them?
Possibly very smart. But we won't know that until we screw something up.
Hey, brain. Fire brain? brain on fire.
Okay,
Don't
so
go
don't
to the helmet.
pyrokinesis.
Don't go to the helmet.
Well, not the pyrokinesis.
Yes,
one.
that's the helmet.
Okay.
So the telekinesis.
Okay.
106.
106.
Do it.
Oh my god, I'm so
Yeah.
nervous.
So because now that we know that these are nightmares and bad things.
We were like, oh, we're supposed to follow these.
No, bad things. Come on, be something good. Give us some super psychic scale help.
Okay. You enter the energizing chamber and shut the door. You press the green button on the interior wall and the room goes dark while the large glass tube emits a blinding white light, forcing you to cover your eyes with your hands. You can feel the machine rewiring your neural pathways to activate mysterious, previously untapped portions of your brain. The pain is horrible. Oh no. Part of you thinks that if you can just endure the pain a little longer, unlimited mental powers might be unlocked. Another part of you is concerned that your head might literally explode. Every time there's a lot of blank space at the bottom of a card, I feel like that's when we die. So... Oh, premonition! If you're level 4 or higher.
Frickety frack!
On the psychic scale. Draw clue 93.
I knew it. That's it?
We're so screwed.
That's it?
We can stay in the chamber and work through the pain and draw a different clue, or we can take it, or if we can't take it, get out
I
of the
say we
chair.
stay in the chamber, man.
Okay, draw clue 98.
I mean, that's what I was in it for the beginning anyway.
I'm so afraid.
Dude, we have to get something. Telekinesis!
All right.
We now have
Got something out of
telekinesis! See, yeah, I'm pretty sure that helmet, we
Yeah,
would have
yeah.
been like dead. Real easy. You now have the power to move things with your mind. You think about this as you run for the observation booth. Once per challenge, you can raise the danger meter by 2 to re-roll a die roll.
Okay.
So it's not the greatest, but it's not terrible. And we also move forward 1 level on the psychic scale. One space, sorry.
Oh, okay.
1 space.
I was gonna say a whole
99.
level.
Now we go upstairs, story card 99.
99.
Dude, we're telekinetic now. Shoot. See, yeah, I'm fairly certain that's the on fire. I'm very positive
That makes a lot of sense.
that is what that was for. And I really wish that we could have gotten that
That
premonition.
clue, yeah.
Oh, no. Because we didn't get any premonitions last round. None.
No,
0.
because we were dying
The-
too much.
The only opportunity that we had to get one, we couldn't get back up to a 3 to get it. So,
Well, I don't know how we're gonna make it to a level 4.
yeah. Well, we're going to see. We're going to find
We're
out.
gonna try.
Find out.
Okay. The observation booth has thick windows that look down into a circular chamber where you see a human-sized chimp in a hospital gown sitting at a table. The poor animal's head is shaved and hugely swollen. Electrodes are attached to pulsing veins. The chimp is gazing intently at a small wooden boat which is floating in midair above the table.
Okay, so it's a telekinetic chimp.
The chimpanzee sees you, and the moment his eyes meet yours, you start to black out. You break eye contact just before losing consciousness and decide you'd better exit this room quickly. Next to a fire extinguisher on the wall is a map, which gives you a quick overview of this area. You orient yourself and see that the observation booth is next to the cryogenics lab and the supercomputer room.
Okay, so the cryogenics lab and the supercomputer room. Okay.
It's a little boat.
It's floating up there in the earth. So
Cryogenics lab
cryogenics lab
or
or
supercomputer room.
supercomputer room. So I'm trying to think of the stuff we have. I'm really trying to be strategic here.
Yeah.
We have part of a satellite dish, we have an alien notebook, we have a key card, we have a whirling metal sphere, crystalline cap, glass key, large metal rod. I kind of feel like the supercomputer room, because maybe that metal rod goes to something in there.
Something computery.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the supercomputer room.
Story card 109.
Okay. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I've been wrong many a time.
We both have. It's okay.
It's just part of the game.
Okay. As soon as you enter the room, the computer lights up. Present your credentials, a digital voice demands. It must be the computer. You mutter something about being the new lab assistant. I judge that to be false. You have come here seeking answers. My memory banks contain all the information you desire, but access is forbidden. You don't see a keyboard, so apparently voice commands are the only way to interact with this thing. Unless, of course, you can best me in a competition of my choosing. The computer continues. Be wary, human. No flesh creature has ever defeated me in my limitless mind. Free action. If you agree to compete with the supercomputer, draw clue 97.
Do we?
Dude,
psychically gifted enough, but I mean,
I'd say do it.
okay.
You know me, I'm like, go
So
for it.
let's just do it.
97.
97.
Okay.
No.
That's a strength challenge. Interesting. A compartment opens in the computer's casing and a robotic arm extends from inside it. The computer wants to arm wrestle
You're
you.
kidding me.
Bring it. I work at home. Arm wrestle the supercomputer. If we lose, we draw by 1 and we can try again. Oh no, now it's a required challenge. We have to do it.
Yeah.
We have to do it till we win.
Yeah.
We have nothing to help us with. We only have climbing things. Okay, I guess I will roll this one because
Yep.
Yep. Boom!
Oh God, yes.
I made that computer my friend. Clue 102.
Oh my gosh.
We have a quantum synthesis stabilizer now. You defeat the supercomputer and gain access to its files. One is a diagram of a rod-shaped device called a quantum synthesis stabilizer. Boom, boom, boom. If you have clue 30, what did I say? I feel so smart right now. If you have clue 39, keep this item, and move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale.
We are at the brink of level 3, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
can't believe it before.
I know. We're making our way.
Keep this item and move. So I don't think that we need this one though. It just tells us what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
So we don't
So
we
we
don't
at
need
least-
that item. So we continue story card 109. So we did that. Okay, so then it says the 2 doors leading out of the supercomputer room. You start to open one door and the computer shouts, "Do not attempt to enter the armory." You start to open the other door and the computer shouts, "Do not attempt to enter the observatory." The computer may be pushy, but it's also quite informative. To take the observatory door, go to 108. Didn't we just come from the observatory?
I thought so.
Pretty sure we just came from the observatory. We were in the observation deck.
Observation booth. Is there?
I'm pretty sure that's the observatory. Yeah, that's the observatory. I could be cheaty and see the card number, but I'm pretty sure that's the observatory.
Okay.
I feel pretty confident that I need to go to the armory, which is 94.
94.
Mm-hmm. I'm still gonna check. Nope, it's a different number. But
How confident are you now?
I mean, well, that chimp was obviously not in the armory.
Right.
The one that was in the room. We
Right.
don't know if that observatory door leads to that crazy telekinetic chimp.
Yeah, I don't want to be on that.
Okay, let's go for it. Let's go for 94. The armorer.
Oh boy.
Ooh, is that a
It
drone?
looks like a drone with a gun attached to it.
We'll see what happens. Let's find out.
You enter the armory. The door closes behind you, and then you hear it lock automatically.
Great,
Never a good sign.
great.
The room is nearly empty, and you realize with a shudder that whatever weapons are usually kept here are probably in the hands of people or chimps roaming the halls outside. The only thing left is a massive artillery gun mounted on a swivel in the center of the room. There are also a bunch of lockers lining one wall if you'd like to search through them. Optional challenge. Search the lockers. If you are level 3, no, which we are not,
Oh, we're so close.
we would add 1 to our die roll in addition to any perception challenge booster. If we win, we draw clue 92. If we lose, we raise the danger meter by 2 and we can try again.
What you thinking? I mean, we're still at a 4, but what you thinking? I mean, I just want to raise our psychic meter as much as
Yeah,
possible,
me
and
too.
anything that we can get that will help raise our psychic meter.
Well, I just don't want to die.
I understand that.
But we do have room.
We do.
For-
I
Okay,
mean,
let's roll.
You want me to roll again, or you want to roll this time? Amanda's very unsure about rolling because her.
I don't have an answer. I'm
It's
just
okay.
gonna do it.
Just go for it. You did amazingly. Good job. So clue what?
92.
92. We got a hypersonic isotropic resonator. Oh, this tells us what that is.
Crystals.
Okay, so you find a tech catalog with details on the object called a hypersonic isotropic resonator. Jeez, that's a mouthful. You have clue 87. Keep this item moving forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale. Boom!
We are officially level 3. Oh my gosh.
Finish story card 94.
God bless. There's a door here, and you can see through its window that it leads into a stairwell. Unfortunately, this door is locked. The artillery gun you found has a shell in it, though, so you could probably blast your way through. As a matter of fact, why limit yourself? With that thing, you could probably get through the wall opposite the door. Instant shortcut. Our options:
Oh.
blow a hole through the door to the stairwell, or blow a hole through the wall.
Okay, either they're being tricky
Mm-hmm.
and they say, oh yeah, take the door, that's the safe route, right? And then there's probably like a chimp on the other side and we get killed. Or
Mm-hmm.
they're like, oh yeah, that would be, that's like counter psychology.
Silly.
Yeah, or it's like, oh, well, obviously we should go through the wall because that's the shortcut. I say we roll a die on this one. I don't want to be responsible for either thing.
Agreed.
So door is the first one listed.
Blow a hole through the door. First.
1 through 3.
Yep.
Then 3 or 1 through 3, 4 through 6.
Mm-hmm. Or do you want to do evens and odds?
Whatever.
Let's just stick with the ones.
Okay.
You think.
2 it is. Door
Blow
it
a
is.
hole through the door. Story card 108.
108.
Oh lordy. No chimps. No chimps. No chimps. No chimps. No chimps. Never thought I would have to say that.
You go up a long flight of stairs that leads to an observatory where you find Professor Marsden staring at the stars. So the observatory would have been that. So it's an actual like
An actual
observatory.
observatory.
How did you get here first, you ask? It's all my fault, he murmurs sadly. Lost in thought. We reached out to the stars and they reached back, but when the creature made contact, we got greedy and captured him for further study. I fear your nightmares mean he's sending you telepathic messages in hopes of being rescued. If you want them to end, you must set the creature free. This is why, the professor continues, we need to take back the compound from Carol. Disable the neuron inhibitor mainframe controlling the chimpanzees and free the alien ambassador. Carol watches over the mainframe constantly, he continues, so you'll be heading into great danger. Make sure you're fully prepared before you move on. Oh, we met our goal.
Already?
The goal.
But how did we disable it?
Oh no, I'm sorry. This is a story return point.
Without having met our goal.
It says there's a hallway to the mess hall and a back door that leads outside the house. Story return. If you'd like to go back for anything you missed, make the choice below. To move on. Oh, okay. So it's like
it's
a
like
halfway. Yeah, it's like a checkpoint. Oh crap.
Oh god, what is
To
it?
go back, we have to raise our danger meter by 3. Okay, but listen. The
There's
only
a
thing
lot
that we
of
didn't
them.
go the only thing we didn't go to is the temporal manipulation lab. That's the only thing listed
Right.
here. We went to the psychic development room, we went to the armory, and we went to the observation booth. The only thing we have not gone to is the temporal manipulation lab. So the question is, we didn't get any items other than this.
Right.
And we're at a psychic scale 3. So the question is, do we raise us by 3, which takes us to 5, so we're not quite at danger meter level, right? But if we have to do a challenge,
We could very well be screwed.
we can very well go down 2 spaces on the psychic skill and start over, which eventually we're probably going to do anyway.
Right.
But it's, do we go to the temporal manipulation lab and raise our danger meter by 3 and go story card 96, or do we continue? I mean, we've gone back before and it screwed us over, but it's also
Yeah.
helped us. So
I feel like so the only thing we're really missing out on is that one clue that we weren't level 4.
yeah.
And I don't
But
know
we're not
that-
gonna
we're not
probably-
gonna get anything out of it.
Probably not. I mean,
So-
and the thing is, the other question is, I don't want to be stuck in a loop
Like we were last time.
Yes. forever. And I'm worried that if we go back to the temporal manipulation lab,
It's
how
just gonna
easy
go-
is it going to be to get back to the observatory? I don't know if it's going to give us the option to go to the observatory.
Right. You want to just move on?
I'm okay with just moving on and saying
Okay.
cut our losses.
Okay.
Because we did have moments in the past where we did screw ourselves, like the
Right.
last round.
Right.
Because we were being greedy because we wanted to get as much stuff as possible.
Yeah.
And in doing so, we really messed ourselves over.
Yeah.
So we can
Okay.
continue, but now the question is, do we want to go to the mess hall or do we want to leave the house through the back door?
I feel like leaving the house is counterintuitive, but
We go to the mess hall.
well, then it's like I feel like they're tricking us because obviously you don't leave the house. But I don't know. Do you feel strongly one way or the other?
So, okay, let's think about the things that we have.
Uh-huh.
We know that this is now a hypersonic isotropic resonator, right? We know that this is the temporal whatever thingy.
Yeah.
Okay. We know that this needs batteries, which we don't have because we only got the one. I was hoping that we would get more, but we haven't. We have this alien notebook. We have a truck key. Truck would be outside.
True.
We have not used the truck key yet.
Right.
I kind of say we go out the back door.
All right, let's do it.
101.
101.
101. Hopefully we don't die.
It's bound to happen.
I'm sure it is.
Outside the house, you find that the storm has intensified. The rain is falling sideways now, and severe winds sting your face. There's light coming from the partly open bay door of an aircraft hangar a short distance away, and if you could creep along against the wall, you could probably avoid detection, and most of the weather, on your way there. In the darkness, you can also make out the silhouette of something large and round out on the lawn. You're not sure what it is, but after Professor Marsden's story about captured psychic aliens, you can make a good guess.
Probably a UFO.
Premonition, if you were level 4 or higher, clue 100.
I'm so frustrated.
We either head toward the hangar or check out the large round object.
Well, we have this alien notebook.
Right.
I mean, and we have this whirring metal sphere, which we have no idea what it goes to.
It must be their beacon.
Well, so we got the whirring metal sphere outside. Remember, we got it in the pool. So what if it like flew off
Of this little
the
spaceship.
thing? I say we go to the spaceship.
Okay, so large round object, story card 114.
Yeah, it's just a large round object. I mean,
It
that's
looks like a
literally
giant egg.
what it is. Oh my God, Amanda. Okay. You sneak over to the big round object. This thing is a spaceship. Really. It has a cold ceramic skin and it's perfectly smooth, like an egg.
Oh my god, no, it's gonna hatch something.
Oh my goodness. You can't find a single bolt or seam. From here you can see a window to the main house where a whole bunch of chimpanzees are gathered around a boardroom table, with a woman at the front of the room at a computer console.
Carol!
It's Carol! First things first, you climb aboard the eggcraft, look at the instruments, and get the psychic sensation that you already possess the knowledge to operate the vehicle. There's a metal lock protecting the door, the control panel. Control panel, though, if you could bust it, you might be able to get this thing moving. Optional challenge, break the lock. If we lose, we raise our danger meter by 3, and we may try again. If you can't get the egg ship moving or don't even want to try, you can always move on. And then we go straight to the chimps. We can't go back to the hangar. We have to go straight to the chimps from here. I say screw it then.
Yeah, I might as well try.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if that's our goal, that's gonna suck.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
101. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna need story card 107 in a minute.
Okay.
Through brute force, you manage to break the lock, but you damage the ship's controls in the process. You're tossed from the cockpit as the vehicle lurches a few inches into the air and rockets a salon straight towards a room of pansies.
107.
Yep, it's a different card than 103, which is the other one that we would have had to go to.
I'm nervous.
There's a large sliding glass door that opens into a meeting room, but the egg-shaped ship misses it entirely and crashes straight through the wall. A space cannon emerges from a hatch in the ship's hull and starts firing laser beams at random into the room. The chimps go bananas. It's total chaos. You couldn't have created a better distraction if you planned it. You jump out of the ship. If you move quickly and stealthily and somehow manage to avoid the rampaging chimps and the uncontrolled laser fire, maybe you can disable the neuron inhibitor mainframe before anyone stops you. Require challenge. Disable the mainframe. If we win, we go story card 113. If we lose, we have to try again.
Okay.
Oh, rats. Okay, we go up 3. Your turn.
We didn't have any. What does
No,
it do?
No, it makes us, we raise our danger meter by 2, but we'd still would be at 5.
Okay.
It's not like, I mean, and this is only good for climbing, because you've had to do exactly once. We have nothing for speed. Boom! Okay, so we need story card 113, and I think that that's the end.
It sounds like it's the end.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to.
I will say, okay, that was the smoothest chapter. If that's the end.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to go back. We're gonna have to raise our danger meter and go down our psychic scale and blah, 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 blah. Sometimes we just find it too quick. We're just too efficient.
We're just so late.
Not true.
The computer doesn't have a button that's clearly labeled off, so you hit the neuron inhibitor mainframe console as hard as you can with a chair, and sparks fly from it. Every chimpanzee in the room instantly passes out and falls to the floor.
Sweet.
The egg ship has apparently run out of laser juice too, because the cannon sputters and lowers back into its hatch. Carol, however, is still a problem.
Oh, we have to fight Carol.
My computer, she screams. My chimpanzees. My meeting room wall. Who even are you? She flies at you in a rage. She definitely wants to kill you, and she seems to be giving it everything she's got. Required challenge. Knock out the dastardly Carol. Win, go to story card 105. Lose, we raise the danger meter by 3 and try again. Look at those eyes.
Oh. She looks old.
Carol's insane.
Come on, man. We're back down to it, too. Your turn.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I just would have rolled that last time. Okay, what story?
105.
Chapter 4 goal achieved. You've thwarted Carol's evil plot, freed a whole mansion full of super intelligent chimpanzees, and broken up a counterfeiting ring. On top of that, you've helped Professor Marsden win back control of his lab. Now he'll have plenty of time to consider the implications of his blind pursuit of knowledge and devote the rest of his career to making things right again.
Wow. That's very heavy-handed.
All that's left to do now is bask in your supreme triumph. You sit in Carol's chair, lean back, and put your feet up on what remains of the meeting room table, confident that your job here is done. Or is it? Go to story card 120.
Of course it isn't. There's a whole other chapter. 120.
Spoilers! Yeah. There's a
What is
whole other chapter.
Oh god.
Oh no. That's a lot of capital
A lot
letters.
of capitals in there. An alarm sounds, and about 50 lights on the neuron inhibitor mainframe console start blinking. Professor Marsden comes running into the room. Oh no, he mutters under his breath. That thing's probably just malfunctioning, you say. I really did a number on it. You both jolt back as a strange, booming voice comes from a speaker on the neuron inhibitor mainframe console. Oh god.
Is it the computer?
The full force of the Chrysalic Armada is upon you, it says.
The aliens are coming after us, man.
We demand the release of our ambassador. Although we hate violence, we will reduce your entire planet to galactic rubble if you do not obey us. The significance of this moment hits you.
You think?
You've just heard the words of an actual alien life form. The professor is as pale as a ghost. Let's release the alien, you say. That's what we were planning to do anyway, right?
Right?
About that, he says.
Of course!
It may not be quite so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Advance to chapter 5. Keep all inventory items.
So we just advanced. We can't go back.
Nope.
Oh, there's so many.
And we're a level 2. We screwed! That was real fast, though.
Well, I was not expecting that.
I was expecting to die like 10 times.
We didn't die once, but
Not
we
at
also
all.
saw nothing.
Yep.
We didn't get any of the premonitions because we weren't high enough. We didn't get any new items except now we're telekinetic. We found out some information.
About items we already had.
But there's like
That's
I
a
mean,
lot.
all these probably aren't items, but there's a lot of stuff. And I mean, at least 2 of these are premonition, but there's a lot of stuff in here that we don't know.
Yeah.
And I feel very unprepared.
But look at, so
We
that-
went
that
through a
was-
lot.
We went through a little less than half the story card deck.
Mhm.
What kind of a wild goose chase?
See,
It's
that's
left
the
in
thing
here.
that either we did really well,
Right.
and we
Or
were just
missed-
really efficient, and we maybe missed a couple of items that might help us, right?
Right.
But we still have so many things here that have not helped us
Right.
yet, right? So I don't know. I like these. Some of these items might just be like, yeah, this actually does nothing, or it does like some minor thing somewhere that we just never saw. So yeah, that was a very short chapter 4.
Yeah.
Anyway, what was your experience with chapter 4? Because this is the only one that we have not died in.
Yeah.
We did not die, and I'm
Not
pretty sure
once.
if we would have done that thing, we would have
would've
died
been
for sure.
toast.
But we are out of premonitions now. We have no more premonitions.
Right. We've pretty much seen
So we're going in
the
blind. So yeah. Thanks for joining us. Remember to like, subscribe, leave your comments below. Let me know what you thought of this very short chapter. And also what your experiences were with chapter 4. Did we miss something really important that we'll find out about later?
Probably.
But see y'all next time, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.